Hi, I'm Joe Polizzi, and this is the Content Inc. podcast. 5 minutes every Monday for content creators who desire to be content entrepreneurs. Last week, it was my turn to actually help run social media on behalf of the Tilt. Not a pretty thing. I'm more of a strategy guy and not the operation guy. I totally respect what the team at the Tilt does with content creation, social media, our newsletter. Is a lot of things involved. And you know what? When you sell and you do speeches and you do writing, sometimes you don't understand all the things that are involved. So anyways, that was my week. And part of that was creating a poll. And of course, I'm like, I'm going to create a poll, and I wanted to do it on LinkedIn as directed. And so the poll was, what's your current NFT status? And the options were, first one, yes, I own at least one. The second one, no, but considering. The third, no, and I will never buy one. And the fourth one was, what's an NFT? Can you guess which one won? All right, here were the results. Yes, I own at least one, 13%. No, but considering, 30%. No, and I will never buy one, 42%. The winner, of course. And then what's an NFT? 16%. 500 votes total. So a pretty good representation. By the way, this was done on LinkedIn. So if you think that the LinkedIn audience skews a little bit older and that's why there were more no's and I will never buy one, that's up to you. But this is pretty much what I'm finding out there. And I want to take you back, for those of you who are old enough, and I definitely am old enough, to the late 90s when the internet was created. I remember in 97, 98, even 99, there were a lot of people out there saying, you don't need a website. No, this is just a fad. This is going to pass. Of course, every business needs a website for multiple reasons today. And then 2005, 2006, 7 came along, and we had Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. And most people said, you don't need to bother with that stuff. It's such a fad. I don't get it. It's all for kids. And of course, that turned out to be wrong as well, where social media is very important to our audience building strategies. And in a lot of cases, people use Facebook and LinkedIn as their number one way that they generate sales. So there's that. And now we're into 2021 and 2022, and people are talking NFTs. So I think you can make the case that we're at about 98, 99, 2000 when it comes to NFTs, if you look back on it as internet time. So this makes perfect sense. You have a lot of people out there thinking it's crazy. And one of the reasons why they think NFTs are crazy is because they hear about somebody buying the Beeple NFT for $69 million. They hear about the scams. And it's true. I really believe probably 95, maybe more % of the NFT projects are not going to make it. They're built on false premises, or they don't have a good long-term strategy or good long-term roadmap, or they didn't build an audience first. So there's lots of reasons why. But just like the internet, when they had Amazon and you had Facebook and you had eBay, you had a number of companies that went on to become, in Amazon's case, the largest company in the world, or at least second largest by market cap if you look at it right now. So if you're on the sidelines right now, I don't want you to think necessarily that you should be jumping in and doing an NFT or getting involved in social tokens like we did at Tiltcoin. What I want you to do right now is practice. I want you to experiment, because it's very hard, as many people do in the media right now, slam on NFTs and tokenization. Most of those people don't have an NFT. They don't have a MetaMask account. They've never purchased a social token, so they don't know. They're just the same type of people that were poo-pooing the internet back in the day, or social media. So I don't know where it's going to go. I see a lot of promise here. I think that because of the token, and that the token exists, that a community or an audience can now share in ownership of the project, I think it's a game changer. Now, all along the way, there's hazards as we go toward the North Star. There's lots of things that will get in our way, and there's lots of scams, and there's lots of projects that we'll see that are simply not going to work. But there's going to be big opportunity for those people right now that experiment. So that's what I think you should do. Again, not financial advice. I'm just saying, as a content creator, we need to look at these things. So If you haven't gotten to the NFT scene, this is what I would suggest. Do a little bit of research, download a MetaMask wallet, maybe figure out how you can buy some Ethereum, get involved in a community or two that has an NFT project or a social token project, and then purchase a small amount that is not going to hurt anything if you lose the whole thing. And see what happens and get involved in the community. You will learn things. You will learn the good parts of it. You will learn the bad parts of it. But if you're sitting on the sidelines, like a lot of people did in the late 90s with websites, you are going to miss a lot. And by the way, it doesn't take much time. And you really can't understand it until you try it. So that's my recommendation. The poll was the starter, but now I'm really motivated to talk people who are just on the sidelines and they're, no, I'm never going to get into it, just to look at it. And then if you do all that work and you're still, I don't like it, fine, but at least you tried it. Good luck.